live finish. Hello, it is me, the Mad Cyan Blake, doing our live pumpkin explosion here today. So we have our pumpkins. This is my assistant with no eyes, but with safety goggles always. So we have a pumpkin here. I tried this experiment yesterday, and it took about 180 rubber bands. So we do have 10 here. And the first, the first 50 or so, we're going to do relatively fast because you don't even start to really hear any sound or anything until you get to 100. So this is a fun experiment. And yeah, happy Halloween. Here we are. I'm dressed like Perry the Platypus, but it's hot. So there's the rest. But it's too hot to have that on. So we're gonna do it this way for right now. So again, there's already 10 on. So we're gonna go it on and you want to make some guess to how many just all right. Are y'all keeping track? Do y'all know how many rubber bands deep we are? Maybe, maybe not. We're gonna keep it going. Still pretty solid. Once you get to about 50, you do see the pumpkin have a little reaction a little bit, but we're not anywhere close to that. So at the end of this pile will be 50 rubber bands. You may also see my dogs running around here a little bit. They don't want to miss out on any excitement. Let's see if time. All right, for those who are keeping track, do we know what number we're at? Do you know what number we're at? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Well, let's keep on going. I think I might explode before the pumpkins do. All right, let's get a little music going here. I have a little music. All right, Alexa's got me covered. I got a little music going, so now it's a little more exciting out here. Still hot though. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I think I have one of the rubber bands a little bit too high. So we want to make sure that we keep all the rubber bands basically in the same place so that it does apply the right amount of pressure in the right area. Sounds all sciencey, yeah? All right, we're almost to our first 50. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost at the first 50. It actually looks pretty cool and pretty intense right now. But I'm not even hearing any cracking sounds or anything on the pumpkin, so we've got a little ways to go. All right, so we're at 48. These are 2 to 50. We're almost to 50. All right, 50 rubber bands. We're at 50. Let's commemorate the moment with a photo because you gotta. All right, so we're at 50 rubber bands. And so I'm going to take a moment and I just want to stop and thank everybody who's participated in our virtual pumpkin patch. We thank you so much for your donations. We thank you for your gifts. We thank you for your support. So I just want to read a couple of our acknowledgments because if you did give $50 or more, you're able to dedicate a pumpkin in honor or in memory of someone special. So I'm going to go ahead on and read a couple of those here, if you don't mind. I'm going to get out the sun so I can actually see. All right, shout out to Jackson Antonio. Shout out to Manuel Garcia on behalf of Jackson Antonio. He is proud of you. We have a dedication to Rachel Chong, who is a stellar industry leader. We have a dedication also to Manuel Garcia, who has been a rock star throughout this whole virtual pumpkin patch process from Larry Beer. Also, we'd like to recognize and honor Charles Graffman, Doug Irwin, and Terry Williams. Also, we want to thank Mom and Dad on behalf of Rick. So Rick is one of our co-workers and he does salute to his mom and dad. So thank you so much. Also, thank you, Dietrich Franklin in honor of Michelle Franklin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's see. So we have a few dedications here by John Shute. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. We want to dedicate to Jack Rose, Don Lee, Tamik, his former little, Matt, his former little, and also Brian Barty. We want to send a dedication to BJ. Also, Manuel wants to send a dedication to Winston Dunn. And those are the ones we're going to do for now. So let's go down and keep it pushing, and let's keep adding more rubber bands to this pumpkin. So there's a little Disturbia playing in the background. I don't know if you can hear it, or maybe you hear the lawn being cut. But It's Saturday. It happens. Happy Halloween. All right. So this is our next 50 rubber bands. Once we have these on, we will be at 100. And once we get to 100, I will be scared because technically the pumpkin can pop or bust or explode at any given time after 100. This is the box of rubber bands here. So really anything after 100, I get a little nervous, but that's what we're here for. So let me take a swig of water and we're going to go. Also, do want to urge anyone that's looking at this at home. Also, you don't want to try this at home because it's not the safest thing in the world, but it's fun. And if you do feel inspired to try it, make sure you do have some safety goggles and make sure that most of your flesh is covered. That way, if the pumpkin does explode on you, it doesn't get you too bad. And also, listen to your pumpkin. Listen for the signs. When it starts cracking, you can hear it. Get from over here. I don't know if y'all can hear my music. I can hear it though. That's why I'm jamming a little bit. Always stay hydrated if you're outside in the heat. All right, we're getting there. We're over 75 rubber bands now. We're almost to 100. Once we finish these here, we'll be at 100 rubber bands. All right, we're looking pretty tough here. We're looking pretty cool. I am going to try to keep the rubber bands closest to the middle there so that it applies enough pressure to actually pop it so that we can get a really good explosion here. Actually, I'm going to move my phone into my pocket. I don't want it to explode. Well, let's go over here. All right, we got some Thriller on the radio. I know y'all can't hear it, but I can hear it. So it makes me want to do a little dance, but I'm not gonna, because that's corny. Seems like there's a couple flies that want to get in on the action. We're only a few away from 100. That wasn't me. All right. We're at 97. We're only 3 away from 100 now. So this becomes kind of like the danger zone. Once you cross 100, basically. So I'm going to be putting on about 25 at a time after this point. Well, 10 at a time after this point, and taking a couple breaks to allow it to see what's going to happen. Because I don't necessarily want it to explode on me. We made it to 100. All right. To commemorate 100 rubber bands, I am going to take a photo. So let's go ahead on and set us up here. All right, you guys, since we're at 100 rubber bands, I just want to take another moment and say thank you to everyone who donated to the virtual pumpkin patch. We definitely appreciate everyone who supports us. Happy Halloween to all of our bigs, littles, donors, all the staff, everybody. Happy Halloween. All righty. So just gonna go over a couple more acknowledgments here. I can barely see. All right. Well, I can't really see it, and it's too hot, but I'll come back to it at the end. Actually, I'm going to get the iPad out the sun a little bit, but I'll be back. All right, and I am back. So I need my next set of rubber bands here. Since we're at 100, I'm going to go ahead on and pull them out. I'm going to pull them out 10 at a time, just because, you know, we have our initial 100 on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our next 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I probably need to recount that. I will, just to be sure. All right, so I'm going to go goggles down now. Although it's a little hot, still better safe than sorry. All right, our next 10 are on. So let's go ahead and move on to another 10 here. It looks like we're still pretty solid. It is very tight. I can feel that the pressure around that midsection, it is getting a little tight in there. So we're gonna keep it moving. Brooke, where's my assistant, Brooke? It's my little dog. She likes to help. Where is she? She'll come. Brookie, Brookie. So I'm actually seeing some cracking in the top here. Sorry, it's a little loud. Just 1 second. Sorry. Sorry. Hopefully you can hear me. Like I said, it's lawn service day, so they're doing their job. It's okay. But I don't know if you can see. Well, you can't see. But I'm going to take a picture. There's a little cracking at the top of here. Maybe we'll share it on Facebook. This is our first little cracking of the pumpkin. And so we're currently at 120 rubber bands. So the 120 rubber bands, we are experiencing some cracking. It's juicy, juicy, juicy. So I'm going to wipe these down just a little bit here because I'm sweating. Obviously, it's hot outside, but I don't think we're going to make it too much further. All right. So we're going to go goggles up here. Let me count out my next 20 rubber bands. All right, we're at 130. Let's go down and move on, and let's get to our next 10. Three away from 140. All right, guys, we're at 140. 140. I'm feeling a little nervous, but we're here. We're here. We're still good. All right. Let's count out our next 20 rubber bands here. We're nearing the finish line, guys. All right, we got our next 20 rubber bands counted out. Boom. We are at 150 rubber bands. If you guessed anything less than 150, you were wrong. But that's okay. It's all fun and games. So let's go down and commemorate 150 with a photo. All right. All right, we got 150 on. I'm going to take a quick break right quick to have a little water and to wipe myself off for a second. I'm going to wipe down my goggles here. Because safety first, always. All right. And while we're taking this quick little break with 150 rubber bands on, I just want to do a shout out to Manuel Garcia and also Byron Barty, who are leading our virtual pumpkin patch. It's not too late to go ahead on and give a gift today. It's not closing out until midnight tonight, so it's not too late. But shout out to Manuel Garcia and Byron Barty, and also everybody who's been fundraising on behalf of Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Bay Area. We are so appreciative. Thank you so much. But shout out to those two rock stars who are basically going neck to neck, going head to head over who's going to raise the most money. So we will know by midnight, but those are our leaders right now. And who knows? Maybe somebody else will give a major gift. Maybe one of you are inspired. And maybe after this explodes, you'll go on and go over to our virtual pumpkin patch and give us a couple dollars. Every gift counts. It doesn't matter how small. It doesn't matter how large. But thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to get back to it with my next 10 rubber bands. Also, I am dressed as Perry the Platypus. It's just too hot to have a little hood part up. So no, I'm not just in a random blue onesie. I love Phineas and Ferb. We've got some more cracking. I can actually smell pumpkin now. So that makes me excited / nervous. Sorry about that background noise, guys. All right, we're at 160. 160. This pumpkin might be a little stronger than my pumpkin I had yesterday. The pumpkin I had yesterday, I could really see that it was about to give way. Here, there is a lot of pressure. There is some cracking, and I do kind of smell pumpkin, but I think we might make it past 180. We're currently at 160. headed towards 170 now. All right, guys, I'm at 170 now. I am at 170 now. I'm just going to step back for a little bit. I did hear a little bit more cracking. There's a little bit more pressure, so I just want to make sure. So I'm going to actually, now I'm going to start relocating things. I don't want my phone to explode. Just a second. All right, and we are back. We have 170 rubber bands on our pumpkin. I only made it to 180 yesterday, so this is the moment of truth. Again, I am really, really nervous right now because we're really close to explosion. Okay, guys, we are a successful 180 rubber bands. I'm gonna count out my next 20. Okay, guys, I've counted out my next 20. If I make all 20 of these, we will make it to 200 rubber bands on the pumpkin. I don't know if you Google it does say that maybe you would make 200, but I didn't make 200 yesterday when I tried this experiment. So I am really, really excited. Slash hot. It's hot outside. We've got some really serious cracking going on now, so I don't think we're going to make it too much further, you guys. There is some really serious cracking going on at the top, so I'm going to slow down a little bit just in case. I don't want it to explode on my face. Okay, guys, we're at 190 rubber bands. I'm going to go ahead and keep it moving. Maybe we'll make it to 200. I do see where the pressure is affecting the pumpkin. You can see that that's definitely pushing in on this side here. There's some cracking at the top, and that breeze is amazing. But let's keep it moving. I'm taking a step back because I could hear some cracking. So I'm just taking a step back. You guys, we're almost to 200 rubber bands here. I'm just being really careful. I hear some cracking. But he's a strong one. We're only 2 away. Sorry, we're almost at 200. So that's 190s. Sorry, I thought I... Actually, we made it to 200 rubber bands, people. We made it to 200 rubber bands. Let me get my phone to commemorate this. We made it to 200. All right, all right. This is what 200 rubber bands looks like. Actually, I'll just leave my phone right here. It's pretty close, pretty good. All right, guys, I'm just gonna tail off a little bit. We're almost there. I tilt up so that you can see. You can't see the cracking, but we're definitely almost there. Also, thanks again to everyone who has supported us this year through all the craziness, the COVID, everything. Thank you so much for all of your donations. We appreciate it very much. All right, I'm preparing my next 10 rubber bands. We're over 200 rubber bands. We're over 200 rubber bands. She's getting ready to blow. All right, I got my next 10 rubber bands ready. She's ready to blow though. I can see her cracking here. All right, guys, I'm counting on my next 20 rubber bands. She's a strong one. She's a strong one. Okay, guys, can you see how many rubber bands we have on here? And she's still holding on. She sounds like she's about ready to give way. Let me get my phone just in case. All right, we're really close. I went and grabbed my water. Standing in the sun in a onesie, it's no joke. All right, guys. I just take a quick seat for a second, you guys, because it's hot. But we're getting real close here. We're getting really, really close here. I can actually see from this angle that my top is actually lifted. We're really, really close, you guys. I think we might get right at 250. We might get right at 250 and then she's going to blow. She's definitely cracked across the top, and the crack is just spreading. The more I put rubber bands on, the crack is spreading more and more. Sorry, I had to sit down for a second, guys. It's a little hot. Just a little hot. That's okay. It's about the pumpkin. It's not about me. All right, we finally got us some quiet here. The lawn people have done what they need to do. Now they're off to other things. We're still waiting on an explosion. I'm going to wipe off my goggles and go goggles down. All right. We are really close. I'm going to count out my next 20 rubber bands. The first 10 will actually take us to 250. Then we'll see what we have after. Maybe I'll use the whole box, like 400 in here. I honestly didn't think we'd make it this far, you guys. I didn't think we were going to be able to put this many on. All right, we've got our next 20 counted out. Maybe the 20 will make it, maybe it won't. Oh, this side looks really concerning. She's a strong one, that's for sure. Okay. We are currently over 200 rubber bands. We're headed towards 250 at this point. Who knew? Wow, this is really crazy. This is really crazy. 250 rubber bands almost. Almost. Wow. Sorry, I'm going a little slow. I just want to give it time just in case it wants to explode after one of these rubber band hits it. All right. There's a chance I might have them spread out a little bit too wide and a little bit too thick. That could be why we're able to put more rubber bands on here, but that's actually kind of cool. I'll at least be able to tell somebody, I don't know who will care, but I'll at least be able to tell somebody that I put 250 rubber bands on a pumpkin. This is 248. ZC's 250. And here we go. All right, let's get a photo. Wow, we have a wide crack there at the top. I think we're going to blow. I'm taking a picture so that you guys can see where the cracking got really crazy and pretty wide at the top. So I don't know how many more rubber bands it'll take, but we'll see. All right. We made it to 260 rubber bands, guys. 260. We got our next 20 rubber bands. Are y'all ready? How many people guessed 250? How many people guessed 200? How many people just didn't guess at all? Oh gosh. Okay, guys. She's close. I'm going to take another picture because there's a crack now that's spreading like wildfire, guys. That's a bad one. Sorry. Let me wipe off my goggles. All right. We're back on. Let's go. This is crazy. We made it to 260. We made it to 260. Can somebody come help clean this up when we're done? Gonna count out my next 20 rubber bands here. Gonna do it a little carefully because I think I'm a little scared. All right, guys, I've counted out my next 20 rubber bands. I have a really, really strong feeling and a sneaky suspicion this is probably going to be our last 20 rubber bands here. The cracking has now spread across the whole top of the pumpkin. Actually, I think I'm only going to put on about 10 more because I don't think we're going to last too much longer. I'm going to take a picture, though. You can see how the crack from the picture. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try 5 at a time. But our crack is spreading pretty fast. You guys, we are nearing the end here. We are currently cracked all the way across. I'm gonna go ahead on and move my mic just because I don't know what's gonna happen. We are definitely cracked all the way across. Giving her a second just in case. Just in case. Better safe than sorry. All right, with this 10 rubber bands, if these make it, we're actually going to be at 280, guys. From this side, you can actually see that the pumpkin slide completely open. Okay, we're spread pretty wide on this side. I'm actually going to get another photo. That's 276 rubber bands currently. And she is not taking too many more. She is not taking too many more. I can hear her going now. I can hear her going now. All right, you guys. Woo! And we had an explosion. There we go. At 276 rubber bands. Here we go. Yes, 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 yes. We did it. We did it. We did it. $276 rubber bands, you guys. 276 rubber bands. And we're done. Also, thanks again. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you so much for giving to our virtual pumpkin patch. Our virtual pumpkin patch is still open until midnight. If you want to give a gift, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you to everyone who dedicated a pumpkin in someone's memory or in someone's honor. We appreciate all gifts, big or small. Thank you. This has been really fun. It's been really hot. I'm going to go take off this pair of the platypus onesie. But thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day.